Hello and welcome to the Zippo Case Visitor Center guided tour from the Zippo Case Visitor Center in Bradford, Pennsylvania. Now, earlier in my channel, I actually uploaded this slideshow, but the audio got out of sync when it was uploaded to YouTube, so I had to put some crappy music over it, and that's not how I intended that video to go at all. So this has the actual voiceover. Hopefully this will not come out of sync, so I will give you guys a chance to actually see, and with my voiceover, describe a little bit about the Zippo Case Visitor Center in Bradford, Pennsylvania. Pictures like this will come up, this of course being a street light covered with a Zippo. That was the street light cover around the visitor center. It was a Zippo street light. They also do that in Hershey, Pennsylvania. They do it with Hershey's Kisses, so I thought it was cool that they did it with Zippo lighters here around the visitor center. And this next picture is me around the founder's statue, or the founder's monument out in the front. You can see George Blaisdell there in the background. And in the left background, you can see the entrance. But anyway, these pictures will come up, and I'll talk about them a little bit to give you guys an idea what you can expect if you want to go to the Zippo Case Visitor Center, and this is about my trip there. So, right to the left of the entrance there, I saw a Zippo Ford Security Ranger. This drives around the Zippo Case Visitor Center and the Zippo factory and the Zippo fuel refinery. They're all in Bradford, Pennsylvania, and keeps the Zippo family safe. I think it was cool they had their own branded security truck. And in the beginning of the museum, or the entrance of the museum, this is the bottom sign for, of course, case knives. And the next picture will be of the Zippo part of the entrance sign. But this is the case. I couldn't get them all in one shot, I suppose, when I was taking this picture. So here's case. And up next, of course, we have Zippo. Yay! There's the actual case knife and a knife. And there's the Zippo, and on top is the world's biggest Zippo. Of course, it's not real, but it says GGB for George G. Blaisdell, the founder of Zippo in 1932. Huge Zippo when you go into the entrance. I actually have a Zippo depicting that entrance to the Zippo Case Museum. And here is the store. More Zippos than you could ever fathom purchasing. Anything in their current product line. Each of these displays are two-sided. On the other side, they have the same thing, just stocked with any Zippo you could want. Precious metal, colors, replicas, everything right there in this store. There'll be more pictures of this store, though, so don't worry. Speaking of which, this is another picture of the store. This is banners hanging from the ceiling of the store. Commemorating various things like 75 years from 1932 to 2007, and then there's also from 1932 to 1982. And these are all banners hanging in the store. Speaking of the store, around the sides they also had various collections that you could buy from. I know this picture is a little blurry, but what can we do? This is the Harley Davidson collection that they had. And you could buy, I see a chrome one in the background there, and I see a black matte one there in the foreground, and a collector's tin, all available for purchase in the store. Any Zippo that you could want in their current line was actually very interesting. And this is the actual entrance to the museum part past the store. It has high polished chrome Zippos around the outer ring, and Eisenhower knives. This spins around in opposite directions. The knives go one way, the Zippos go another way, and that's a very nice entrance to the store. Again, I'm leaving these up for quite a while, like a little long, so you guys can really see what I'm talking about and get a good look at the pictures yourself. This is the American flag made entirely of Zippos. Entirely of Zippos you see there in that American flag, and that is very interesting to look at. Now, the next picture is going to be that globe again from the entrance, because I believe I took two pictures, but I'm going to continue talking about the flag. That is, white is all the white Zippos, blue is blue Zippos, and red is, of course, red Zippos. And you go up there, and there's some filler Zippos that are just plain white, red, and blue, but there's also some very nice Zippos on that flag. You'll probably see a picture here later with me standing in front of that flag. Very, very interesting flag, one of the centerpieces of the museum, I say, all Zippos. Here's my friend Dan looking like a bit of an idiot, looking like he's about to punch a Zippo display. Now, this is actually of course, it looks like a Zippo, but when you rotate the flint wheel there, it's got historic Zippos inside the grooves of the flint wheel. If you turn it, you can see various Zippos on a circular wheel in there. Next, something that I guess would be considered abstract art nowadays. This is, I can't remember what they said. I think it's 1,000 Zippos just compressed. It was like put in like a trash compactor and compacted together. About 1,000 Zippos from all different ages put into a big block to make some abstract art. This again is the fabulous Zippo flag. This is probably my favorite thing that I saw there. Every single one of those ones that you see is a Zippo lighter. And the next picture will show you a close-up so you can actually see some of the Zippos that comprise this flag. Man, was it a nice flag. And here are some of the Zippos that make up the flag. As you can see, there are red ones in the red part and white ones in the white part. You can see, I guess, an electrician's Zippo there as a red one that makes up the red part of the flag. Sometimes they put brushed chrome in there. Even though it's supposed to be red, it really doesn't take away anything that they have some chrome ones in there. You see high polished chrome. You see one that says Excalibur. Here's a few more where red, white, and blue meet. I specifically took this picture so you could see where the red, white, and blue meet. You see a blue one with a Zippo in the lower right corner up there in the blue spot. You see a lot of nice ones, a lot of high polished chrome with white emblems on the front. With Jones Soda, red Jones Soda one. These were some plaques on the wall in the museum. Basically, you have the founder there, George G. Blaisdell, up there at the top. And I believe the one on the right, I'm not sure, so don't make fun of me if I'm wrong, but I believe the one on the right is Gregory Booth. I think that's the current owner and CEO of Zippo. It could be somebody else, I'm not sure. And this is the display. This is actually the top of that giant ball thing at the entrance with the Eisenhower knives and the high polished chrome Zippos. This is what the top of it looks like. That also spins. It's a really nice entrance to the museum. This right here, I know my flash got in the way. I didn't mean for that to happen, but this is the 400 millionth Zippo. Now, they made a set of Zippos that they gave out around when the 400 millionth was made, but this Zippo was actually the 400 millionth Zippo. That's the one on display here in the Zippo Case Visitor Center. And a very, very historic one inside the museum, a historic display showing two World War II men holding an actual Zippo. And it's a statue, obviously. They're holding a Zippo. The next shot has a better picture of it, but it's two guys. They got cigarettes there. It looks like they're in the trenches or something of World War II. It looks like some sort of bolt-action rifle behind them, and here's a shot of that Zippo. Of course, it's a real Zippo. I mean, they're not really short on them here in Bradford. They're in Bradford, Pennsylvania. So yes, it is a real Zippo before anybody asks, but I believe they took the wick out or the flint out so, you know, nobody can spark it if they were so inclined. And Zippo in the movies. Of course, we see Mr. Bruce Willis there in Die Hard using his Zippo. And I'm sure there's other movies, probably famous movies that I should know what the other ones are around him, but the one I definitely know is Bruce Willis there in Die Hard using his Zippo when he's calling through the pipes of a high-rise tower in Die Hard. But that wall shows, and these are some of my favorite. These are Zippos that were actually sent back for repair. Some of the ones I like here are Earth Mover, license plate press, that's a good one. Commercial dishwasher, brilliant. Oh, railroad track, that's a very nice one right there. I love those. Box trim shredder, I think, is on the next page. This is another picture of Earth Mover. Let's see, ball and socket truck crane. Ooh, that looked good. I love that license plate press because the bottom is fine and the top is destroyed. Pellet mill, you'll see there on the top. Taxiing airplane, nice. Weed cutter, brilliant. And this is the next page here. Garbage disposal, power mower, logging truck, punch press. It's a little hard to read because I'm reading this on my screen as well as I'm going along doing this voiceover. I think this says grease rack. And you got to remember, Zippo's world famous warranty. All of these were placed at no charge. There's box trim shredder. And here you go. Every Zippo that you send back for repair is sent right here to the world famous Zippo Clinic. They were off today because they don't repair them on the weekends, but if they were working, you would see a bunch of old ladies in here repairing your Zippos with care. So every Zippo around the world that you've sent back goes right into this building right here, and that's where they get repaired. Actually, I don't know around the world. I know in the U.S., other places might have different repair places. Now, this is interesting. This has absolutely no purpose, I believe, being in the Zippo Case Museum, but it was pretty interesting. It's called the Zippo and Case. It's like a little ball rolls around here and makes noises and bounces on trampolines and stuff. It was weird, so I just took a picture of it. But it looks like a gumball machine, like you'd get paid 25 cents, get a gumball. That's what it was. Right here, Canadian Zippos. I thought this was interesting, not because there are Canadian Zippos out there, but because this is a, I don't know, 28,000 square foot museum or visitor center or something like that. So, a couple thousand, I don't know, a couple thousand square feet, maybe 2,800, I don't know. But anyway, Canada got 1 square foot. Way to go, Canada, reaching for the stars. But yeah, they got one display here in Canada, and this plaque describes it. Okay, now this next one takes us back to the store. Back to the store where you could buy anything you want. Zippo. I mean, they had hats there, mugs. I won't ruin it for you because they're probably coming up in the picture. Now, if you see on the left side of this picture, there is exactly one shelf of Ronson stuff, and that is because Zippo bought Ronson not too soon before I made this video, and that's what that was about. Here's my friend Dan, the one attacking the Zippo earlier, signing the guest book, and of course me in the background, and I too signed the guest book, the Zippo guest book there. Oh, and the next is one of my favorite pictures. Here is me and the Zippo attacker in front of the giant wall of Zippos. So if you ever do hit up the Zippo Case Visitor Center, and I highly recommend it, stand in front of the wall and make that pose, and you will know you stood where the great Speed Dog stood. I have a Zippo in both hands, and he has a Zippo in one hand right there, wearing a Styx REO Speedwagon and 38 special shirt from a concert that we both went to. Little side information. Here's me not getting ready to attack, but actually properly spin this Zippo. Again, they're in between the grooves of the flint wheel. There are historic Zippos in there. If you look in the middle of those grooves, you can see, like, you spin them to see the different Zippos. And again, here we have the Zippos welded together by a big press. Modern art, as you will. And it's interesting because they have a lot of different years there. They have some of the very old ones, and they have some modern Zippos in this big ball of cube of Zippos, rectangle of Zippos that they welded together there. Modern art. And Zippo Case Visitor Center Theater, where you can actually sit down and learn a little bit about the history of Zippos. You go in and they show you a video, basically, telling you some interesting facts about the museum and about Zippos themselves. One thing I did not see at the museum, though, because it wasn't there that day, is the Zippo car. And this happens to be just like a cardboard cutout of the Zippo car, but there is actually a Zippo car. I just happened not to see it that day because it wasn't there. But, you know, it's a car that looks just like that, and it has two Zippos on the, two giant Zippos on the top of it. And the next picture right here is going to be just more about the store. This is one of the sets you can buy at the store. I know that's very common, but this just happens to be in the store, and I thought I would take a picture of it. It's just your basic windproof lighter with a street chrome finish and your bottle of fluid and some flints. And like I said, you can get anything you want Zippo here, including Zippo hats. And you know, if I had to pick a hat here, I don't know which one I'd go with. Maybe the one on the right. I do like the red stitching, and I don't like the off-center Zippo look. So you can get your Zippo hats here in case you want to wear a Zippo hat. I'm not a big hat wearer, so no, I didn't buy one. And you can also get your Zippo mugs. And of course, Zippo established in 1932 by George G. Blaisdell and in Bradford, Pennsylvania the whole time, except when they were in Canada for a small run, but that doesn't really count. Every Zippo nowadays made in Bradford, Pennsylvania and repaired at that repair facility that I showed you earlier. And another one of the displays you can get, their Hot and Rockin' collection, which there is a lighter in this. There's actually a few from this collection that I would like to get, but this was showing off their new collection at the time. I can see the MP3 player Zippo there. I can see like a couple crazy faces. Definitely a few from this collection I'd like to get. Of course, all available for sale there. And this is a bit farther out shot of that Hot and Rockin' collection. It says, of course, the Zippo on the top, which is probably the most popular word in there. And it's funny because this is a Zippo and case museum, but it's quite clear which one they're more favoring, because case knives are expensive, especially if you buy them here. I mean, they have knives, I think, that go up to like $1,000 there. But definitely more of a Zippo. The Zippo Case Museum is a lot more about Zippos. Alright, and here we go. This is just a sign. This is Zippo. I don't know why I took a picture of it, but this is the last picture. So I hope you enjoyed this tour, and I hope I showed you a little bit more about the Zippo Case Visitor Center. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day.